Good morning, everyone. This is my second video. I decided this morning, I promised that I will tell you more about my eye condition. So it's quite a long story. I was just doing yoga, so I keep my oxygen on for about an hour after I've done the yoga, while I'm doing the yoga, and for an hour afterwards. So I'm still a little bit tired, but I think I'm going to talk to you quickly, just tell you my story. In the first place, I was born in South Africa in Kroonstad. It's a small town. I think it's bigger now, but those days it was quite a small town. It's near Bloemfontein. The Free State is the province. Anyway, so I was born in 1970, and I was born totally blind. So my mother also has the same eye condition, congenital cataracts, and she was the only one with her siblings that had the eye condition. So I was also born with it, and I was also the only one of my siblings who has it today. Anyway, so when I was a few months old, my grandmother, she could see in my pupils that it was gray. It wasn't black. And my father was supposed to take me to the doctor, and he told them that he did take me to the doctor, and apparently he did not. And he said that the doctor said there's nothing wrong with my eyes. So then I was I was just lying in the bed, wasn't doing anything, wasn't reacting to movement or anything. So when I was 11 months old, my mother took me again, or took me for the first time, and they realized that I had the cataracts, and so they removed it. So in those days, they used to remove the cataracts, and then it's actually the whole lens they removed, because the whole lens is cloudy, and so I stayed without lenses until the end of matric. So because I didn't have any, I still actually do not have any depth perception, but it was worse because I didn't have any lenses in my eyes until I was about 18, 19 years old. So, but I can also say that I've forgiven my father. It's something of the past. It wasn't a nice time for them. They was busy with a divorce and everything, so they weren't happy. So I'm not sure why he did that. I suppose he didn't want to believe that I also had the eye condition. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I went to so we moved to Pretoria, and there was a school for partially sighted and blind children. But in grade 1, I did big print, large print, and they realized that I'm not coping with the large print. I have to do braille. So I did my grade 1 the second time. So I did it twice. The first year with the large print, second year with braille. So I continued in braille until matric. Anyway, so in this school, in those days, they didn't have braille. They just had large print until grade 2. Braille until grade 2. And then you had to go to Pioneer School, and that's in Worcester, and that's in Cape Town province, so it's very far away. So as a 8-year-old little girl, I had to travel by train and go to that school, to the boarding school there. But it was not bad. The first trip was a little bit teary. They put me on the train, but I wasn't alone. I was traveling with other students as well. And we had an escort, one of the teachers who always traveled with us. So it was quite fun to travel by train from Johannesburg to Worcester. The school is in Worcester. So nowadays, in Pretoria, the children can stay at Prince of School until matric. They have braille until matric. So anyway, I enjoyed it very much at Pioneer School. Actually, when I was I was there from 1980. So then it was still the school for the blind, and then because the school turned 100 years old in 1981, they changed the name to Pioneer School for the Blind. So it was an amazing place. We had so many opportunities. I wish I grabbed more of the opportunities. When you're there, you don't really always appreciate what you have. I think as a child, you don't always appreciate what you have. So after matric, my mother was very reluctant. She didn't want me to have a lens implant after matric. I don't actually know why. So, but I insisted. First, I tried me with contact lenses, but it was very difficult when the one lens is out. I couldn't see the other one. I couldn't cope with that, and it was, my eyes are quite sensitive. So yeah, so I went to Pioneer School. I had my whole school career there. Then I came to Pretoria. I completed matric. Then I came to Pretoria. There's a college here for blind people, and I completed my telephony course. Then I worked for a while, but unfortunately my health deteriorated a lot. I had, when I went to school in 1980, I contracted TB. Can you believe it? I think it was perhaps my immune system that didn't cope well with going away. But that first year I had TB, and I had to go through months of treatment. I was coughing a lot, didn't want to eat, lost a lot of weight. But I got over it and I was cured. Anyway, so the rest of my life I had lung problems, and it worsened. And with I'll talk about my lung problem later on. I don't want to talk too much about that now. I want to focus more on my eye condition. So then I got married, had children, and then unfortunately all three of my children had the congenital cataracts. But because of the technology that improved so much, they had lens implants very early. They were operated on at 1 month, because it's actually very important for a baby. His brain learns to see in your first year of life, and because I was operated on so late and didn't have any lenses in my eyes until matric, it did a lot of harm. But with them, their eyesight is much better. Dean, my oldest one, can drive a car, but other two not. So yeah, we went through all their operations very early. At 1 month old, they had their first operation. Then they wore contact lenses until they were about 10 months old, and then they implanted lenses for them, and they were wearing glasses from that time. So they're quite cute. They were these 3 little boys with glasses. But it is difficult, it is a challenge. But I think I cope better because I already have my own eye problems, and I understood them very well. So that is life. All of us have challenges, and it's fine. We learn to cope. If we were born with a problem, it's even better because we don't know anything else. But I'm happy, and I'm at home. I worked for a while, but because of my lungs, I couldn't stay in a job. So I'm at home now. I decided to do this channel, hopefully to inspire a few people, and to just, if you see there's something wrong with a child's eyes, please go early. Early detection is very important, and don't be in denial. Rather do something about it, because your child can have a normal life, as normal as possible. So anyway, so my next carnival meal that I prepared for you are pancakes, carnival pancakes, and I use pork panko and eggs and gelatin, little bit of cream and salt. I didn't put anything else in, and I bake them like a pancake in a pan, and then I put cheese in the middle and folded it like a, I think it's like a taco. You can use it like a taco, but because it's like a flat bread, you can use it for many things. You can put in a filling, you can only put cheese on top and eat it like that. You can use it as a pizza base even. You can decide. But what I realized with these little pancakes, and because you put gelatin in, when you fold them in half before, when you just bake them, you just leave them in the fridge. When you take them out, they remain in that position. So then it's like a little taco that you can put a filling in, and it's delicious. I actually think it tastes better cold, because when it's warm it tastes more like a what do you call it? A omelette. It's a little bit eggy, but it's fine. But I think with the pork panko and the gelatin, it makes it more nutritious and makes it more filling, and it changes the taste, and it's very delicious. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you are going to cook with me, and if you have any questions, anything you need to know, any suggestions, please contact me. Please write a comment for me, tell me how I'm doing, and what, if you have any ideas, I can change some things. And please also subscribe and share, and like my videos. If you like them, please like them. Okay, let's go over to the cooking part.
Welcome to Sightless and Sizzling. Welcome to Sightless and Sizzling.
Hi guys, good morning. I'm ready for my next meal that I want to prepare. It's a very interesting meal today. I'm going to make carnivore pancakes, but you can also use it for many other things. You can use it as a pancake, you can use it as a taco, you can use it as a base for a pizza, for a carnivore pizza. So it's so easy. And I remember now that I forgot the cheese, so let me quickly just get the cheese. Quite an important part of my pizza, so it's not a sweet pancake. So let's start. Let me first tell you of all the ingredients that you need. So the last time I made this, I made about 9 pancakes. It's quite a thick pancake. Not as thick as a flapjack, but yeah, in between. Anyway, so I'm going to use 6 eggs. I already cracked the eggs in a bowl. I'm going to use melted butter, about a tablespoon full of butter. Going to use cheese, but the cheese is for afterwards to put on the pancakes. Then I have a measuring spoon for a dessert spoon, and I have gelatin, so I'm going to use 1 measured dessert spoon of gelatin. It must be the plain gelatin. Then I have 30 grams of pork rinds. So I buy them as pork rinds. They're like these big popcorns. And then I put them in the mixer and make them like a flour. So with carnivore, we use a few kinds of flours. That it's not a corn or a maize or whatever flour. So this, we call this pork panko. It's very fine. It's like a flour. So this I'm going to use as my flour for the pancake. You can also use chicken, make that in a very fine powder as a flour. Then I have my mixing bowl in front of me. I have cream, salt, and then I have my lighter that I use to light the gas. I have my little spatula. I have my brush to spread the melted butter in the pan, and then I also have a whisk to mix the batter. So this batter, you will feel it's nearly like a pancake batter, a little bit more firm. But when you mix it, remember, also I also have a spoon here. Take a spoon just in the bottom on the side. Sometimes it's still dry ingredients remaining there. So make sure that you mix it very, very, very nicely. Okay, I have a small pan here. I already have like a tablespoon of butter inside. I'm going to light my gas and I'm going to put it on the lowest heat. Something else I forgot is my how my words are gone, my lid to put on top of the pan. What I'm going to do, the ingredients that I have, I can make a few of these pancakes, but I'm just going to make 2 for you that you can get the experience. So I'm going to put in my pork panko. Put all the dry ingredients first. I'm going to put some pink salt in, about 3 or 4 spoons. Okay. Then I'm going to add my gelatin, just 1 equal spoon, dessert spoon or tablespoon, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to use my finger to make it flat. Add that. And with this batter, you will see that sometimes you have to add a little bit more cream to make it more smooth, and to make it. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to use my little brush to brush the butter in the pan, so that it goes to the sides and that it's everywhere, that my pancake doesn't stick. Okay, I think I'm going to switch off my pan now, otherwise this butter is going to burn. So far I've got the dry ingredients in the stainless steel mixing bowl here, which my mother-in-law gifted me. I'm going to take the whisk first and just whisk the eggs separately in this little bowl that I have it in. I suppose if you don't know if it's broken, the yolk, you can just also feel with your fingers if it's broken. It must be smooth. I'm going to add my eggs. This little whisk has rubber whisks, what do you call this? So it's so easy, you can also use it to take out the egg from the bowl. Okay. And I also have a little bit of melted butter, I'm going to add that. Okay, and then I'm going to put in 2 full spoons of cream. Oh, this is going to be delicious. One and 2. So for me that still can see, I love these measuring spoons because it has different colors for different measurements. So the dessert spoon has green, like a greenish yellow color. And let me just put the lid on the cream, otherwise I might bump it over. Start mixing. You have to make sure that it's mixed very well, because the pork pancake can make little klontjies. Remember I told you to just take a spoon and take it on the bottom, just on the sides, just to make sure everything is wet. So while you're making the pancakes, I just keep the whisk nearby so that I can, in between, I just whisk it again just to make sure that all the ingredients are still mixed well, that they didn't go to the bottom of the container. Okay, so now I also remember I forgot my measuring spoon. I have this little scoop, it's 30 milliliter, it's also a stainless steel scoop. I use 2 full scoops to make one pancake. Just going to put it down quickly and just light my gas again. If I can get my, here's my lighter. So the butter is melted now here in the pan and I spread it very nicely. I've got my gas on the lowest and on the smallest burner. Just mix it again with a spoon. So now I must take 2 full spoons of this mixture. I pour it into the pan. And I think to spread it, you guys must just tilt the pan a little bit to the one side, a little bit to the other side, just to spread it to the sides. And then I'm going to put on my lid because it helps to make just put it in the middle. Okay. So it gets done much quicker when there's a lid on. I think I'm going to give it about 3 minutes. So in the meantime, I'm just going to mix this again a little bit. So for me, these pancakes are wonderful. You can make a lot of them and then you can put them in the freezer. But I think you must get some wax paper to put it in between each one of them so that they don't stick to each other. And you can take it out for another day and use it again. So with carnival, it's any food actually, but especially with carnival, I feel it's very nice to food prep because it can be a lot of work to prepare all of these meals every day. So that's why I made a big batter. I'm going to make as many as I can now from this batter. Just going to take out a plate quickly, and I have this plastic lid that I can put over the plate when I put my pancake on it, so the flies or whatever can't disturb my pancakes after it's done. Okay. When you take off the lid, you will be able to feel if it's firm at the top. Now you must take your spatula around and try to get it underneath. When you have it underneath, you just flip it over. And the other side is very quickly. I'm not going to put on the lid. Just going to wait. And just take the spatula and make it nice and flat, because the sides might lift a little bit. Okay, I have my plate ready. Take my lid off. Take my little pancake is done now. Just lift it again, put it in my plate. Just going to make one more, just to repeat everything. Okay, so with my 30 ml spoon, I'm going to put in 2 of these 16 moles of batter that you use at a time. Okay, then again, let's just tilt the pan a little bit to the one side, a little bit to the, so the batter can run to the sides. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's going to be delicious. So in the meantime, I'm going to get some cheese. I grated it beforehand. Put a little bit on my taco, pancake, whatever you want. I just put it on the half of the pancake, and then I fold it. And there, it's like a little taco. It doesn't want to stay, you just turn it around and then it will stay closed. Just flip it to the other side. Feel my batter, it's a little bit sticky still. Okay, so like I said, you can use these pancakes as a base for pizza as well, for carnival pizza. So I'll take this and make a few, say for instance 2 or 3 for each person. Then I'll put cheese on, perhaps make a little cheese sauce with cream and grated cheese. First put the cheese sauce on, then you can put sausages, bacon, salami, even chicken, anything you can put on that pizza, and then you put cheese over it and just put it in the microwave for like a half minute to a minute, and there it's done. So at least your meats must be done, mustn't be raw meat. Okay, now I'm going to turn around this next one. Flip it over. Put the spatula underneath. Just flip it. This one is a little bit crispy, but it's still delicious. I'm going to switch off my gas because we'll definitely cook it completely. So I put the spatula on top of the pancake, the flat side, and then I just move it a little bit on the surface. Going to take it out now. It's good to put your cheese on the pancake while it's still nice and warm. While the pancake is still nice and warm. I'm putting cheese on the one half. And I fold it over, and if it doesn't want to stay there, I just flip it to the other side. Ooh, and then I lost some of my cheese. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to go on and prepare the others and just put them away. But we're going to enjoy these two today. I hope you learned something and that you enjoyed the recipe. Any questions, any suggestions, anything that you have for me, you can put it in the comments. And please subscribe and share and like my videos. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch me doing this. Bye bye.